Hello, this is Sound 4004 and welcome back to the ZAP SMP. Today I've got some plans and I think it's time to go drowned. Want to know why? Because I feel like making a river. These axolotls have been drowning in their own bucket of water for a couple months now, and I can honestly say they could stay that way the rest of the year and nobody would know the difference. But the truth is that is quite sad and depressing. It's gotta be a horrible existence. I mean, let's take an interview from a bucket in an axolotl. I hope there's not a bucket in an axolotl. It's an axolotl in a bucket, and I hope no one says it any other way. But here we have our bucket of axolotl, not a bucket in an axolotl. That's totally an of. They need a home, and probably some names. But, I'm just gonna call him Jimmy and not Jimmy for now, and I'm gonna forget that in 5 minutes. But it's time to give these guys a home. We go ahead and look at our horrible looking jungle. Oh, also I should probably mention this. Yeah, you know, I said something about sometime when I said I was going to turn this thing in the sun into a big old tree. Well, here's the thing, I always play with shaders, and when I designed it, I used our friend the mangrove tree's roots, which are able to be waterlogged, so they can go ahead and not burn up while we're burning the poor iron golem souls. So that was great, and it was a pretty good design, but the problem was if you were playing in vanilla Minecraft or didn't have shaders on, it looked like a big blue tree. And last time I checked, trees shouldn't be blue. I mean, look at this tree. This is a prime example. That tree's white. It has some black spots and leaves, green leaves. Look at this nice green and brown tree. Look at these pretty trees. I don't think we'd want to see a big blue tree not catching on fire here. At least if it could catch on fire, then no one would notice the difference. But I don't think a waterlogged tree was supposed to catch on fire. That idea is scrapped. But speaking of big blue trees, I want to make a river, but going away from that again, and oh, hey, hi Lag, how's it going? Welcome back over here. Down here is mangrove trees, and I stole them from the golden dragon to make, why do I keep lagging? Okay, mangrove trees, I stole from the golden dragon to build that thing. That thing's not going to be built no more. Do you think I'm going to return this? No, I should probably pay for property damage, but I want to give up making a jungle. What? Just change of plans. Hound, you announced at the end of last video it's been a couple months. Have you lost your mind? Well, I don't think I've gained my mind yet, but I want to make mangrove trees be part of my jungle. So it's not just a jungle. It's a tree forgery. It's an entire tree area. Because you want to know the truth? Collecting jungle trees, when maybe 1 out of every 10 actually drops a sapling, it's like, whoa, here's wood, but no leaves for the trees. I need jungle trees, not jungle wood. So it's just kind of a pain in the butt to collect all this jungle trees. So far what I have is like a lifetime's worth of work already. Well, guess what? I have bone meal. It's turning night, so I'm going to forget that I have bone meal and for now sleep in a bed with a chest over my head. Okay, good morning. So I have my bone meal. Well, why am I thinking about converting to mangrove wood? Well, I want to grow a bunch of trees and fast, and instead of having to wait for an entire tree to decay, to be able to get a new sapling on mangrove trees, all I have to do is look at that. All I had to do was bone meal the bottom end of one mangrove leaf, and there I already have a new mangrove tree waiting to grow. So that will be a lot more efficient. And honestly, it's not just mangrove trees. I'm going to keep all the jungle trees I have here. I just want a whole bunch of trees to start growing. Now also, getting the elephant out of the room, mangrove trees like water. Well, speaking of water, how did I start off this episode? Something about an axolotl named Fred or something. And water, river. I'm going to make a river. You can see right here inside my base, there's kind of like a natural indentation right through here, and with a bit of terraforming and a bit of hopefully good luck, right here is a cave, and if I terraform this a bit more, this would be the perfect start for a waterfall. Quickly going into spectator just to show my thought, we start a waterfall at the top of the hill, it goes down through here, flows over the side, goes down kind of this natural indentation right through here. Could have some pretty bridges connecting through my base. We're gonna put a big hole in the wall, and you know, I made this wall because I'm scared of the warden right under my basement. Well, what's more safer than a big old moat for my wall? So if we have like a little entrance for the water to exit, yes, an entrance for water to exit, that makes sense. If we go ahead and have one of those, the water can flow down here. I'm not planning on flooding the Golden Dragon's land quite yet. That, hopefully not. You see, there's just like this natural little riverbed. After you come down through the hill, under the wall, it just can flow right down here with a bit of terraforming. And look at it, just keeps going down, it goes down, it goes down. And guess what? It goes into a little water pool. We go ahead and connect this water pool, and we can have a river that keeps flowing downwards from the top of our hill into the ocean. So I think this would be a pretty cool sight to see. It's something to do. Just imagining the water twisting around, and I should probably chop down and burn down that mangrove tree, but hey. And I can just have the water go right through this wall right here, a little river, a beautiful little river, through a nice little jungle forested area. And it can be a home for the axolotl. So, is it really meant to be a home for the axolotl? I honestly couldn't care if I had axolotls right now at all. It's just honestly for a river, but I guess axolotls do live in water. I don't want to find out what happens if they're not in water. So I'd say let's get building the river before I pass out about talking about axolotls. Let's go. And now the time lapse has finally washed away. It is over, but we have a river to nicely drown in. Isn't that nice? But clear up here was originally a little cave, like I stated at the beginning. Okay, so the water starts randomly up there, quite literally randomly. It's one block of water. I think it needs a better entrance eventually, or maybe it'll just slowly be hidden by all the trees. But the water goes ahead, flows down. I don't know, this is one of my favorite parts of the river. It's like, oh, it's starting to go downwards, and then it swoops back around to finally go downwards. I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. In fact, to finish this boat tour, I have a bunch of wood that I really don't want to use for anything, so instead I'm going to use this wood. And what's so significant about this wood? It's because I now have a boat. There's no better way to show a river than with a boat. So we can go ahead and follow the river on down. This is a horrible river. Look at my boat. I'm not even in the water. Okay, but down the water slide. This was a horrible example of how to ride a boat down a waterfall. But I'm so glad I used my wood for that. Here, I have an idea. Eventually, someday, if I go ahead and take my shovel and kill some grass, can see if we go ahead and even just take this here, I want to put a little bridge in, but that's for a different day. Then we go ahead and continue the river on down, and it finally dumps into a little thing down here, and now I hop in a boat again, and we can sail all the way through. And after following this even further, we can finally head out to the ocean from our own little river. Oh wait, actually no, we can't. That's kind of sad and depressing. It's kind of hard to see the water source blocks with shaders. When I actually built the river itself, I did not have shaders on. But yeah, there's the river, 100% complete now. But before we go ahead and end off this video, there's something I want to do, and this will be finished at the beginning of next time. And I gotta be honest, I have no idea where the marketplace is. I want to go to the marketplace, but I actually do have a rhyme and a reason. So if I go ahead and steal some jungle blocks, why not some bamboo, maybe even some sugarcane. And we must not forget the most important piece of the puzzle, 2 pieces of the neighbor's iron. Wink wink nod nod cheers. It's time to go onto our journey to the marketplace, which I gotta be honest, I have no idea where the marketplace is. So we're just going to walk around like a chicken with his head cut off until we find it. It's time to play the game called Reading Signs. Starter base, what's over here? A random portal to nowhere. Mob farm, that's not exactly a marketplace. What does these signs say? Spawn. Where's the marketplace? Hey, it looks like we get to walk a distance to the marketplace. It's so nice that all the bases are so much closer together this season. It makes it so nice that the marketplace is, just right next door to everybody. It's very helpful. And, hey, it looks like this is finally the marketplace. So let's go ahead and see what it has to offer. Okay, so just hopped out of the portal. This is actually a cool little place. Looks like there's something here. Firework rockets. Nice. What's in here? A bunch of random materials. Caesars? Is it what? It tells me not to enter, but is this supposed to be like a pizza place or something? I mean, it's a bit of a gravelly entrance. This is a pretty nice looking coliseum. What is this? Enchantment books. Nice. Oh, and look at that. We don't sell copper yet. Good to know, good to know. And what does that say? That is impossible to read. Oh, there we go. Dragons, deep slate. Dragons, deep slate. There is deep slate. But there's no dragons. But there's some dirt. How much dirt did I just collect? Don't worry. It's not a payment. It's something I found on the ground. So Merry Christmas. Free gifts. But speaking of free gifts, right here is where I'm going to plant a pretty flower. Because right here, this is where we're going to start off next time. Actually, not quite, because I need to find a bed. It is getting very dark out. But for now, I hope that you did enjoy the river and me building the river and the river. Did I mention the river? I think we only did one thing today. Hey, well, I guess we're going to do 2 things that add up to 1 thing next time. So that'll be nice. But for now, this is Hound 4004 saying I hope you enjoyed. And for now, this is Hound 4004 saying goodbye.